Characteristic traits. Attitude. It's such a little thing, but makes such a big difference in everything you do. I remember back in the day when I was a JV soccer coach, we had this kid, his name was Alex Harris. We called him Rudy. So we were running and conditioning, and I remember Alex had his full goalie uniform on, and oh gosh, I remember the team was winded, and Alex was bent over, and I was like, hey, Rudy, I was like, go, just take a seat, get some water, man. And he bent over, and he started hyperventilating, and he wipes his gloves on his uniform. He says, no, I'm ready to go, coach. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, attitude's one of those things that if you think you can, you probably will. But if you think you can't, you probably won't. I remember when I was growing up, I was always afraid to ask questions. You know, the reality is that when you ask a question, you're probably asking a question that somebody wants to ask anyway, but they're afraid to ask the question. Don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, the great thing about today is everybody has smartphones. You have Google, you have YouTube, anything you want. The question that I have for you is, are you asking enough questions? Ask questions every single day and get the answer. And just make sure you're asking good questions. And the reality is, there's no such thing as a bad question. Where we are today is a result of the choices that we've made. Whether they're bad or good, we're here. And today, moving forward, is going to be a result of the choices that we make from this point forward. And in order to make good choices, we need to stop and think. So I want to invite you to remember my 4 T's. Take time to think. Take time to think not about what other people might be doing, but take time to think about, is this right? Is this wrong? Am I going to be better off? Will I be worse off? Take time to think about the little things in life that we don't stop to think about. Our influences. Are we that to our friends that we want them to be to us? Stop and think about the importance of family. I think when we exercise the 4 T's every single day, we become a little bit better off. As the school year starts and we're all back in school, one of the questions I want to ask is, who is the hardest person to get to know? Pretty deep, huh? And as I ask you that question, and most people think to themselves, ourselves. That's right. I want you to value yourself more than any person, place, or thing. I don't want you to value yourself based on the opinion of other people. I don't want you to value yourself based on victories or defeats. I don't want you to value yourself based on circumstances from the past or promises for the future. I want you to value yourself more than anything in the world. I want your values and morals to be what you define to be right, based on the influences of the people in your life that you trust, that you respect, and the people whose opinions you value. And I want you to hold yourself in such high regard that nobody can ever take that away from you. Go out there and be the best you that you can be.